Hey everyone, in today's video we're doing a full review. I purchased a sample called Oriento by Jeroboam. I smelled this in Harrods briefly on paper and thought the kind of first impression was quite nice. So I purchased a sample from the Jeroboam website. I've been wearing it on skin. Unfortunately, I would say the top introduction first notes is the best part of the fragrance. So, what do I get from this? For me, I think you get saffron in the opening, which gives it this sort of exotic spice kind of feeling. And then you immediately start to smell rose, and then your brain goes, oh, it's kind of like a rose-oud combo, a little bit Middle Eastern. And that's kind of, I think, where the problem begins a little bit, is that once it starts to dry down on your skin a little bit, it does start to smell very similar to kind of multiple fragrances which use kind of rose and darker woody notes and spice. And it's kind of that classic kind of rose-oud combo that's a little bit, like I say, Middle Eastern in style. But it is very pleasant, so it just depends kind of, I think you only need one of those style of fragrances. It's just which one is your little niche, you know what I mean? Because they're all slightly different. So I'll read you the official notes for this. Lemon, saffron, rose, apple, ylang-ylang, sandalwood, patchouli, styrax and musk. There is no oud in here, and I don't really smell oud, just to be clear, but it's the way that the rose works in this. It's going to remind you of a rose-oud combo, despite the fact that there's actually no oud in here. But this combination of rose, saffron, and general kind of woody qualities, sandalwood is listed, there's patchouli, these kind of more darker notes, lends itself to smelling like that kind of common kind of profile that we're quite used to when we've smelled multiple times before. So it starts off saffron and rose, quite nice, I like it, a little bit exotic. That was my favourite part of the fragrance, to be honest. As it starts to dry down, in my notes I write that it becomes a fruity rose, not quite jammy, but a fruity rose that's sweet. So apple is listed in the notes. To be honest, I'm not sure I would have guessed apple, but it is a fruity kind of rose smell, and there's definitely an added sweetness to this, so it's borderline jammy. It's not quite full-on jammy sweet, but it's in that direction for sure. So it's a sweet fruity rose that you're going to get in the mid of this, with this kind of envelope of soft musks and kind of light woody touches. It smells very unisex, it smells very easy to wear, there's nothing offensive about it, it's very clean, there's no funky notes. I think autumn, winter, kind of casual or dressed up, fairly versatile. I think it's very pleasing, but like I say, there's so many perfumes that have this kind of combination that, like, you know, which one do you like the little nuances of the most, basically, and you really only need one of them. So it might feel redundant if you've already got a rose with saffron or kind of woody notes in it. You probably don't need this, to be honest. In my notes I write that after about an hour it's very mellow, smooth, closer to the skin. It doesn't radiate off that much after an hour. And again, sweet fruity rose, a little bit of soft woods with a musky bubble, very pleasant, easy to wear. At the 3 to 4 hour mark, I write in my notes that I get kind of a woody amber kind of notes, like some kind of ambery smooth texture coming through, that it smells of maybe a little bit more synthetic. With this coating of musk, maybe hints of sandalwood and patchouli, just a little bit. At the 4 hour mark, I would say the rose is fading away and disappearing, and you're being left with this kind of slightly sweetened, woody musk, ambery kind of quality in the dry down, which is pleasant. It's a nice skin scent. Around about the 8 hour mark, there's not really much change apart from that ambery kind of smell is a little bit stronger, I would say. Very smooth, lightly sweet. It creates a nice skin scent. Not the most natural smelling thing in the world, but pleasant. In terms of performance for this, around 10 hours longevity, it's very long lasting. The projection and sillage, I think, is quite good in the first hour or two, and then sits closer to the skin after that. At the 4 hour mark, it's, you know, more of a skin scent, I would say. Altogether, I think very unisex, very easy to wear, but redundant if you already own a rose that contains saffron or kind of more woody notes like these rosy combo type things. Again, there is no oud in there, but it's going to remind you of those things just because of the way that the rose is done in this. Not the most original thing in the world, but pleasant and easy to wear. You might like it. like I say, give it a try if you want to. That's it, that's the best way I can describe it. Very pleasant, I think it smells nice, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a bottle for myself. There are so many kind of rose oud, saffron-y kind of combinations out there. I think the quality is fine, but it doesn't jump out at me as being like superior to any of the others that I've smelled in this kind of genre or group of style of scents. If you tried it, leave your thoughts below, and I will see you very soon with some more videos. Take care everyone, be safe, bye.
One time he disappeared for 2 or 3 days. When he came back, they asked him where he'd been, and he said, oh, just sailing.